This must be our engine. Yes, Hiro, that's him. We'll be going to the main sheds, Hiro, once we get your fire stoked up. Thank you. I am very excited. There is no one here. They must all be working. My friends have always had great work ethics. Let me check with the manager. I'm sure he knows what we need to do next. Okay, he says we don't have anything scheduled for today, but there's a special train for us tomorrow. In the meantime, you're allocated to the main sheds. I have to say, I was hoping for an opportunity to stretch my wheels, but I'm just as happy to be home. I can't wait till tomorrow to start taking trains again.
Oi, what are you doing in our sheds?
I'm afraid there must be some mistake. These have always been my sheds. I used to rest here with my friends before I left the railway.
When exactly did you leave, steamer?
It was 1940, I believe.
Well, a lot has changed since then. You don't belong here anymore, for one thing.
Whatever do you mean?
We got rid of your class ages ago. Sent them to all corners of the country to be put on display. Personally, I'm glad to breathe clean air for a change.
My friends, they are no longer in service?
You deaf? No, they're no longer in service, and you have no business being in service either. Manager says he's made arrangements to have you pull some trains, but it's nothing important. We handle the goods and real passengers. You're just here to please a few enthusiasts.
I'm sure I could be of some help.
You? Don't make me laugh. Look at yourself. You're an overcomplicated, steam-powered mess. I hear it took them an hour just to get you started and out of the harbor.
It takes time to build a decent fire.
Takes no time at all to burn some decent fuel. I ain't no D51, pal. I'm a Metropolitan Vickers Diesel Electric Type 2. The finest diesel there is. No fussing around me to get me started. Just the press of a button.
Surely you aren't perfect, and neither am I. Why point out each other's flaws when we could embrace—
Be quiet! I backed into these sheds, my sheds, to sleep. We were finally rid of the pinging and clanging you kettles make cooling down years ago, and now we have to put up with it all over again. If I were you, I'd move to a town square somewhere and never move again. Or better yet, find a nice siding to wait in. I'm sure the cutters will get the message eventually.
Good morning, Hiro. Your special train is in an hour.
Still trying to get steam up? What did I tell you?
Surely all diesels cannot be as unkind as you are.
What you call unkind is perfect sanity. All my class feel that way. Trust me, I've met them all, and they all know how to put a steamer in its place.
Well, maybe you are wrong.
We diesels are never wrong, Kettle. We're revolutionary. Respect us or get mowed over. Those are the options, and that last one always comes sooner or later.
Don't worry, Hiro. We're building a good fire. You'll be going soon. At least there's that. Wait, what is that diesel doing? Is that my special train? Yes, it is. Stop! Stop! Well, I'm sorry, Hiro, but that diesel has taken your train. But don't worry, there's always the next one. At long last, a good long run. I am excited. Alright, now we just need to find a turntable and we'll be ready.
What's that? The steamer needs a turntable. You know who doesn't need one of those?
Please don't take my train. I would appreciate your patience.
Patience wipes railways off the map, old-timer. If you cared just a little bit about your railway success, you'd donate all that metal to make something useful. Something that travels 2 directions instead of 1.
They have taken away my train again. Driver, how are we to be of use if they will not let us? I don't know, Hiro. I don't know. Hello, Hiro. How have the trains been? I am sorry to say I haven't taken any trains yet, sir. What? But you've been here a month. I was sure I scheduled at least 20 for you. It's those Metropolitan diesels, sir. They're faster than I am, at getting started, at getting coupled to the train, at everything. My driver has spoken to the manager, but he says the timetable is more important than an attraction. Is that so? You're much more than just an attraction. You're a fully functional goods and passenger engine, and they're at a loss not using you. I've tried telling myself that, sir, but I know now that those diesels are right. I am out of date. My friends are all on display, and I will never see them again. That's a shame, Hiro. Does anything make you happy here? I keep thinking of my friends on Sodor, sir. They were all so kind. The drivers, the firemen, workmen, engines, and even the controller. They gave me so much, and I suppose I thought the rest of the world was like that too. I see now that I was wrong. Well then, it looks like you're going back to Britain. What? Sir, do you mean it? Of course I do, Hiro. If you don't belong here, then there's no use keeping you here. I have a friend in England who would love to buy you as a private engine. I know for a fact that he would have no trouble loaning you to the Northwestern Railway whenever you're needed. The railway board would no doubt be against the fat controller buying you back. They are already cross with him about the cost of the rebuilding and shipping you here, but I'm sure they won't object to getting loaned such a useful engine for such a cheap cost. My friend and I will cover the expenses, and you can get working where you really belong again. Sir, I am very grateful. Thank you so much. Of course, Hiro. I would not be able to call myself a preservationist if I did not do my best to get my engine in steam again. I will make the arrangements at once. Did you hear the news, Gordon?
No, I didn't. What news would that be?
Hiro's coming back to Sodor. He's been sold to a private owner in England, and he'll be working on our railway.
I must say I miss that engine. Always so kind and dignified. We need more like him around here, James. That's for certain.
Yeah, and less of those diesels. Hello, Edward. It's nice to see you again. Oh, hello, Hiro. We're very glad to have you back. You'll be great help on the main line. I know Gordon, James, and Henry will be very glad to have someone else handling the goods work. Oh, yes, I remember their feelings. I don't mind it at all. Whatever I can do to help. That's an attitude we could all benefit from, Hiro. Goodbye, Edward. Oh, goodbye. I wonder what the rush is.
The trucks I would hold the speed with it if I didn't go easy.
I do like sleeping in Tidmouth sheds, James. They are very nice. I have a shed on the mainland, but it can get lonely. I remember when I first arrived on this island, having to work on the Marin branch line. It was very small, and it only served one mine and one farm. I was the only engine, and I thought I was the only one on the whole railway for years. I know better now, but I still never like having that lonely feeling. You'll start feeling differently once you have to put up with the noise. The Scottish twins rambling on, and Gordon's clunking.
I don't clunk.
You know you do. Have your firebox looked at, Gordon, and maybe we can all have some peace. That passenger train is very nice. James, do you know anything about that green diesel over there? Oh, that old buzzbox diesel. He's called Boko, but he's no good at all. Trying to take away our work, I'd say. I'd recommend you sleep with one eye open, Hiro. His kind are not to be trusted. Oh, really? Well, I suppose that is good to know. Oh my, that diesel is quite rude. How could there be such unkind diesels on such a nice railway? Then again, my railway was a nice railway before they arrived. I hope you are not planning anything against the good engines of this railway, because I will not allow it. I have seen what your type is capable of. I'm sorry. Have I done something wrong? You are not hostile? Goodness me, no. Whatever gave you that impression? I am so sorry. I've met members of your class before, and the way you fumed at me earlier, and what James said. Oh, James. He has a bit of a prejudice against diesels. He was in charge of the midnight goods to the other railway before Douglas took over, and I'm sure he saw a lot more than was healthy. I don't blame him, but I wish he didn't give people the wrong idea about us diesels. It seems I have been wrong about you then. Again, I'm very sorry. My name is Hiro. You can call me Boko. Don't worry, Hiro, it's all water under the bridge. I can tell we'll get along fine from here on out. That is good to hear, Boko. I'm glad to know what you are really like. You really are a Fat Controller's engine. And a proud one. Now, Hiro, I think I have a train to shunt for you. We wouldn't want you to be late for Tidmouth, would we? No, indeed.